Oscar Bevis for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm joined by the head of the MTK Global Foundation, Spencer Fearon. We're at the BT Studios for the Ultimate Boxer press conference and draw. First off, Spencer, you want to talk about some of your work with the MTK Global Foundation?
Yeah.
Just enlighten some of the people watching us to
You know what?
what sort of work you guys have been doing.
It's World Charity Day today, so therefore we're doing a lot with the foundation where we've helped out the inner city kids. I've done work with Chris Preedy, OBE, one of the youngest ever recipients of an OBE, for when he goes into this knife and gun culture to be, he's anti that, so he's doing his best to try and stop that. So we've sponsored him, we've sponsored Manhood Academy, we've sponsored the Bricks and Soup Kitchen, where we fed the homeless on Christmas Day. Cougar Cassius came out and helped me with that. We've done some fantastic stuff, and we're going to continue doing this stuff. I mean, I've been to Bosnia and Herzegovina to speak to the war victims, where lots of people don't do. I do a lot of counselling and comfort speaking. So I've been with those people. That was very, very eye-opening. Oxford Creative Hub took me out to Pakistan recently. So we was out in Pakistan. I did 3 universities out there where I spoke. One in Lahore, one in Islamabad, and one in what's that one? Karachi. So yeah. So we've done a great deal, and I'm trying to say, like, people don't get it. Like, I'm just so grateful to be in a position to do the work that we've done. A lot of it goes under the radar. Like, loads of people, oh, I didn't know that you did this. Well, this is what we do. And MTK Global, thanks to Sandra Vaughan, Bob Jordan, they have given me a platform to reach and have scope to do things. Box Positive as well is an excellent thing that they do, where they help people with multineural deficiencies who suffer from Parkinson's disease, and they use boxing as a tool to revigorate cells that are no longer using or no longer being functioning in your body, and they're excellent. And it was just someone said, "Oh, could you help this guy?" And we the foundation helped sponsor it. So there's so many things that we've done, but it's not about the things that we've done. I'm saying charity literally first begins at home. So when you look at charity that it begins at home, when you're saying you're being charitable, you got to show charity to yourself as well. You can't just be under that constant regime and that grind constantly. You don't. Sometimes you got to have time to take back, to sit back and reflect. And reflection is a great thing. So I'm so grateful for all the work that MTK Global Charity is doing. And the foundation has helped so many people, and it's going to continue to help people. And anybody who's looking for help, is quite simple. Just jump on our website. It's www.mtkglobal.com. And then you scroll down and you will see the foundation. You click onto the foundation. Anybody need any form of help, and sometimes the help is not financial. Sometimes they just need somebody to talk to counsel. We've got the listeners group that does a counselling group that go out and they counsel people with any problems. But that's also for the young people. From 13 to 35. So and get involved. Be charitable. I don't think you understand the buzz that I get from being charitable is unprecedented. There's nothing that I've done in my whole entire life that has buzzed me like when you're able to help people, or people come to you with their problems and you're actually there to help them, and you can actually try and solve out and bring out solutions.
One thing people might not realise, obviously MTK Global, it really is global. I mean, I've seen, if you follow MTK on Instagram, you'll see that even some of the work they're doing in gyms in like Africa and Morocco at the moment.
Come on, man.
It's not just boxing in this country, it really is global.
Yeah, there was a gym that was just opened in Lahore in Pakistan, and fair play to Sandra Vaughan. I spoke to like 300 kids over on a weekend via FaceTime. They just opened up a gym called the May Imad Gymnasium, and Imad was a young kid who died through accident. He was only 24, but he was a coach there. And if you see what they've put together with the help of K Electrics in Pakistan, and they put together a small gym, but when they had the inaugural opening for it, there's something like 1,000 kids who came out. 1,000 kids. And MTK Global sponsored out their kit from Ring and stuff like that. This means a lot, because when you look at people financially, you look on them and say they ain't got nothing. But the love that they got for each other shows you that they're the richest people in the world. So when you get to see that, and I've witnessed that myself. So when I witnessed that, it is absolutely life-changing.
And of course, in Pakistan, it's not just the charitable work, it's actually growing the sport as well. Because in Pakistan, boxing isn't a huge sport over there. I think they do hockey, I believe.
It's hockey, cricket.
Yeah,
those
cricket,
things
of
are
course.
massive,
Yeah,
right?
so it's growing the sport worldwide as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fantastic work for the MTK Global Foundation. So, yeah, good stuff all round.
Cheers, man.
Spencer, boxing, massive card at the weekend. We'll start at the top. Loma-Campbell, Campbell. First off, did you feel the scorecards were a little bit unfair on Luke Campbell?
Yeah, because it was kind of weird. Like I watched it, and I was at a speaking event over in Birmingham, so like I couldn't really watch it. It was in and out of the watching. But on the times where I did see, Luke Campbell did have success. Lomachenko is absolutely fantastic, but fair play to Luke Campbell. He went out there and he fought with everything inside of him, and nothing can be taken away from him. But a lot of people are kind of saying, "Oh, Lomachenko ain't all that." Wait a minute, Luke Campbell. You're talking like Luke Campbell's like this also-ran, like he's not a good fighter.
He's probably number 2 in the division behind him.
Right, Luke Campbell's friggin' excellent. Let's just call it as it is. Luke Campbell is an absolutely fantastic boxer, and he came up second best to arguably pound for pound number 1 fighter in the whole world.
For Luke now, does it feel like Lomachenko has to move in weight for him to realistically get a chance to win a world title? Because it's 2 failed world title attempts, of course, against world-class elite fighters at the time. But you never seem to get really more than 3.
Yeah, but we have to, listen, Luke's still got longevity in his career. He didn't shame himself on the weekend, and he lost to a fantastic fighter. That's it. And a guy who's going to go down potentially as a pound for pounder, right? An all-time pound for pounder. Not just, a pound for pounder at this time. He's going to go down as an all-time, potentially. Lomachenko's very good. Luke Campbell fought his heart out, and Luke Campbell will get an available shot at another world title. Down the line, I could see Devin Haney and Luke Campbell fighting for a vacant title. That's what I can actually see.
Well, that'd be a fantastic fight, that. In terms of Lomachenko again, do you feel like Luke showed, honestly, I haven't seen the whole thing, showed some of the blueprints of beat him? It seemed like...
Well, Johnny Nelson said that.
But
yeah, Johnny Nelson said that. So like there were blueprints in how to beat how to beat Lomachenko because of the things that Luke Campbell exposed him with. Luke Campbell is a tall, rangy southpaw. Right? Luke Campbell was in that ring as a junior welterweight. Sorry, what junior welterweight? As a super welterweight. Yeah. He's massive, right? Absolutely big kid. Who can fight, who come from great amateur pedigree. So if anybody was meant to get success against someone like a Lomachenko, would be somebody who's fundamentally sound. And Luke Campbell is absolutely fundamentally sound. That is it.
Did you feel like if you were perhaps a come forward, sort of brute sort of fighter, a knockout artist perhaps, you would be given less of a chance against Lomachenko, and you have to be technically perfect. You have to be a bit awkward in a southpaw.
No, because when he lost these, second pro fighters against Salido, right? And Salido just stuck it on
old
him.
Manned him, as they say.
Old manned him out of it. But it's like maybe it was just these realizations to the pro game and like, hold up. But how he's come back since then, and the wins that he's got in his record, Rigondo, Gary Russell Jr., making Nicholas Waters quit. You know, he's gonna be a nightmare for anyone. But I'm not saying look beatable. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of us have got this massive gas because you young kids ain't seen something like Lomachenko before, right? But if I'm looking through history and I'm saying, like, he's not really a lightweight. you think that he could most probably he could drop back down because there's talk about him and Inui at feather. So that I would be very, very interested in seeing that fight. I still got Lomachenko winning that fight, but I'd like to see how if Inui hits him, and I believe that Inui would be able to hit him, how he'd
Hits
react.
like a freak for his weight.
Exactly,
Yeah.
how he'd respond to that punching power. But like I said, I revert back to history. I don't think Lomachenko would have beaten Roberto Duran. I don't think he would have beaten Julio Cesar Chavez. Senior. I don't think that he would have beaten Pernell Whitaker. I don't think that he would have beaten Alexis Aguero. I don't think he'd have beaten these guys. But he's up there in the runnings right now, and only time will tell. But for what he's accomplished in that short space of time, the guy's incredible.
What about Gervonta Davis? He's just vacated his WBA at
Super feather.
super featherweight.
Yep.
Yeah. It seems like people are saying that he's gone up to lightweight, and now Lomachenko's looking to move weight as well. It's like he's avoiding him before his time, or is that just all talk?
I don't believe that at all. If you know anything of Gervonta Davis, Baltimore, right? He's real. Trust me, he's real, and he wants to fight, and he wants to pit himself against the best. But I know these guys would have seen chinks in the armor of Lomachenko on the weekend, but it takes somebody like a Luke Campbell to show those chinks. So don't read into that and think, will it be an easy fight? Lomachenko is excellent, but in saying that, I have to agree with what Leonard Ellerby is saying. Like, he's going to be this future pound-for-pound star. But what I would have really liked to see is Gervonta Davis take on Tevin Farmer. I would have loved to have seen that fight, especially like the money that's being shot around. I'd love to see guys put their egos to one side in Eddie Hearn and Leonard Ellerby, the head of Mayweather Promotions, and try and get that fight to happen. And I would have got Gervonta Davis winning that fight as well.
I was just about to say, you see Gervonta Davis winning that, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I do see him winning that. But don't get twisted, Tevin Farmer's very, very good.
The thing with Tevin Farmer is, this is just a personal thing, it feels like since he's become world champion, his reign has been active, but he hasn't fought any, what you would call, top fighters.
Yeah, but regardless of that, it's like whether they could get the top fighters. And I'm just happy for anyone. Anybody can earn dough out of this game. And if you especially know, like, someone like Tevin Farmer, I got a lot of time for, because he lost a couple early in his career, how he brushed himself off, and how I like the fact that he kind of models himself on Pernell Whitaker as well, because Pernell Whitaker was like one of my favourite fighters. So I do like him, but I just think like there's something about Tank. If his mind's right and everything else, he's just a problem for anyone.
Okay, we're going to move down to the chief support. A disappointing night for Hughie Fury. A lot of people expected that if he was going to lose to Povetkin, it would be because Povetkin had hit him and caught him, etc. Yeah, it's almost like, seems like Povetkin's been around 39 forever, and he sort of just showed again that he's still quite a threat at heavyweight.
Yeah,
it makes Joshua's win look better. That's what I thought. Did you see how Povetkin boxed?
Not necessarily does it make his win look better, because Hughie Fury is also he's lost to Pulev and he's lost to Parker. So I'm not, you know what I mean? But whereas someone like Hughie Fury, you can't help but like him. He's a very, very likable human being. He's a good fighter. He's very, very well schooled. But in the same thing, it's like he gets that level and he always seemingly falls short, right?
Is it because he hasn't had that in-between level? It's sort of been British, like Sam Sexton, for example, and then straight to, because obviously Pulev, Parker and Povetkin you would consider top 10 heavyweights. He needs that in-between.
Yeah, and I would say that he does need it, but the thing is, how can I put it? He's very, very talented. Very talented, got incredible feet. And maybe there could be a slight mental blockage there. But as soon as that mental blockage is cleared up and he realizes just how good he is, then there's going to be trouble for a lot of heavyweights.
I mean, he's got time on his side, of course. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting where Hughie goes next. Charlie Edwards, still WBC world champion. Perhaps luckily on his side, because he'd taken a knee and it looked like he was in trouble, but he wasn't in as much trouble as he was after that body shot, which is,
you know what,
pretty sickening.
Like I said, I saw the ending of it, right? And it wasn't fair. He was struck while he was down.
Was it a DQ?
Yeah, 100% it was. It was a disqualification because the guy was down, right? But I've seen worse. Just go watch. What was it? 1990. Nigel Benn versus Iron the Blade Barkley. A barnstorming 1-round stoppage by Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn hit the guy loads of times when he was down on the floor as well. And Carlos Padilla famously refereed the thriller in Manila between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. He could have been disqualified for it. So I've seen worse things happen than that, right? But I didn't care because Nigel Benn's the Brit, right? But I'm saying, like, I've seen worse things happen in the game, but it was sad enough to see, like, him get a win, but get the win like that. But, you know what I mean? The guy, he's a very serious fighter, man. That guy's serious, man.
I mean, they say about ordering the immediate rematch, and then as soon as that happened, it seemed like there was talk that Charlie would perhaps move up weight. Do you feel like, based on the back of the first 3 rounds, I think he even said he lost the first, nicked the second, and obviously what happened in the third. Do you feel like he perhaps won't want that rematch?
One thing I do know about Charlie Edwards, he's a fighter. But maybe he's struggling with the weight as well. Because earlier in the fight, he was getting hit with body shots and it was having effect. And when you see that, you get hit downstairs and you're seeing like having effects, then the weight could be an issue. So maybe he should move up. You know what I mean? He's with good people as well. So, you know what I mean? I reckon he could move up and he'll get a shot.
Okay, well, again, another one where a pretty disappointing night for the Brits around, and that's, I suppose, quite exciting to see where some of these guys will go from here. I want to talk quickly about Ultimate Boxer. That's where we are today, and you were doing the draw with Steve Bunce. Exciting format. Talk to me a little bit about that.
It's an exciting format. It's a format that's been used before, right? Like,
do you think it was a missed format? Like we sort of,
no, it was because when Prize Fighter went, we did miss it because I had 2 guys who I managed at the time who won Prize Fighter, Troy Truant Pro and Larry Candile. So it is, but the great thing about this, because it's totally different. How they do it, it is like a party. If you ever been to the Ultimate Boxer, it's a party. It's a rave. It's a rave, and you happen to see guys punch each other as well, and then you got like performing artists and everything else. It's an absolutely fantastic night, right? And it's good to see, like, because we are crash bang wallop as human beings now. We're like microwaves. We're like here and now. We just want to see it now, and I think this is facilitating for our here and now needs. And I'm looking forward to especially this one because it's at my old weight where I used to box at. So I'm looking forward to that. And there's some good kids in it and like seeing all the kids as well. All the men who are in the competition. Going to be a very, very good night, man.
And MTK, Stephen Donnelly, the favourite. You both had to sort of pick a favourite on the spot. You and Steve Bunch. You both sort of sided with him.
Yeah, the reason why is like Donnelly is very accomplished. You know what I mean? Went to Olympics. You know what I mean? He's a national champion for Ireland. All these kind of things. That's not by mistake. So it's going to be down to his mindset. But like I said, when you're in a sprint, all your skills, like I said, you got to break it down to you. Floyd Mayweather would have lost if it was a 3-round fight against
Zab
Judah, and even 3-round fight against Conor McGregor. Right, exactly. It was drawing. Right, well, exactly. So yeah, I'm trying to say to you. So it is what it is. So this is not no time to try and look overly pretty. It's about being tight, being sharp, being focused, and doing your job.
Okay, Spencer. I believe that's all. Anything you'd like to add?
No, nothing else, man.
No?
I'm just keep it 100% positive. What I've realized is that people get loved for being fake and hated for being real. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be real all the time, so I don't care about any fake love, because all I got to do is walk into my house and I get real love, and I walk into my community and I get real love. So it's all about that. It's about being positive and vibrating at a positive level of energy. Peace,
shout out to
fingers,
MTK.
and I'm out. Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, I love MTK. MTK Global are taking over the whole thing. And people actually thought, oh, well, you're singing the praises too much. But it was like just recently, was it Mike did that?
Mike Hoppinger.
Yeah, did that. Right. Number 8, he ranked MTK Global as. You got to realize, MTK Global's only been going 7 years. And look what they've done in that time.
7 years today.
7 years today.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to recognize that. Look what MTK Global has done. It's given opportunity, not just to fighters, but in the community, in UFC. They're starting off MTK Global Music right now because a lot of artists out there are on bum deals and everything else. They helped me with a project with Jay Spades, and he's done something like 4 million streams. Jay Spades is a wicked rapper, incredible rapper. So when I see things like that, how can you not love everything about MTK Global? And not only that, but the nicest thing about MTK Global is they actually, you understand now because you just signed your contract with them, right? They treat you like family. Do you understand? There are no hierarchical nonsense what you get in usual companies. So I've experienced that firsthand, and I've got nothing but positive love for what they're doing, and they're going to continue doing what they're doing. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing with the foundation. I'm going to help as many people as possible, and we're going to change lives, man.
Long may it continue. Spencer Fearon, thank you for speaking to IFL TV.
Aye.
Catch up with you soon.
Big up.